Hi again everyone, this is Sage Blue. And this time I'm showing you a top-down arcade style racer called VS Racing 2. Now, this may remind you of games gone past, for example on platforms like the Amiga, back on DOS as well, back in the 90s. And it is quite similar. Obviously it has very modern graphics, it's quite polished and looks quite stunning, the graphics, to be honest. And you'll probably feel right at home if you've played these sorts of games before. Now, you can drive through several cars to get through all the races and to give you the best chance of winning. Each car handles differently and there are upgrades for them as well. You can race in different modes, single player for example, which I'm doing here. You can race someone online, or you can race a friend who is with you via Wi-Fi or Bluetooth as well. Finding the AI cars are fast and challenging, so there seems to be a good balance when you first start racing. The first race, for example, the car is fairly slow in comparison to cars you drive later in the game, and it's just a good way to let you get a feel for the car physics and get into the racing. And speaking of the racing, you might find yourself bumping and grinding your way through the races as well. They do like to, just push their way through to get into the lead, and it's all fair because if you do it to them and they do it to you, then it's equal, obviously. So it's a lot of fun. The corners, they do vary a lot, which is a good thing because it keeps the challenge fresh. So I find that, especially in high-speed corners, I try not to keep the steering on for too long because then the back end kicks out and you start drifting. Now, you get extra credits for doing that, however, you do wash off speed. So if you're in a lot of having a big challenge to try and win the race or just try and gain an additional place, which I've done many times, sliding is not the ideal option if I want to get into a higher spot. So just keep that in mind as well. The cars do slide a lot, especially in the fast and frantic races where there's a lot of turns, one turn after another. So you got to keep in mind whether you want to have the tail out sliding to get the extra credits or just try and drive as smoothly as possible, which may well be the fastest way around. Now, this game is available on the iPhone and Android platforms, so if you have one of those, feel free to check it out. In the description for this video, I've provided a link to the game developer's website, so take a look at that. You may well like this game, and it's quite addictive. It's a good time waster, and it does grab your time quite easily if you're into this sort of thing. So that's it for VS Racing 2. I'll try and come back to it later with more races. Hope you enjoyed this, and subscribe for further videos, and I'll see you soon.